mums, and welcome to episode 2. Today I'd like to chat about budgeting and how we adjust our budget to suit the circumstances in which we find ourselves. In many cases, a lot of people don't actually budget. Some do, but in many cases people don't. They earn their money goes in and they spend it. And they're not quite sure what happens in between those 2 points, money coming in and money going out. Budgeting is such a crucial tool when it comes to managing your money, even more so in times like this where maybe there's less money coming in or you're finding yourself having to spend money on things you hadn't anticipated. Generally though, you will be spending less money during lockdown because simply a lot of the activities that we used to do and we spent money on, we simply can't do anymore. Things like going shopping, maybe going out to eat, other forms of entertainment, those expenses don't exist. So when it comes to your budget, you need to adjust your expenses. And often we also get muddled between wants and needs. There's certain things that we need in life, and those needs need to be taken care of first and foremost. Needs include things like roof over your head, food, children's education, transport, clothing, and so on. Those are needs. We have to have them. Things become muddied when we confuse those with wants, and wants include things like just a car, as opposed to you want a fancy car, you want the designer car, you want designer clothing, you want to have everything a step up. Those are what we classify as wants and not necessarily needs. So during these times that we're in at the moment, and particularly in a lockdown situation, our focus is all on really the basics, the basic food, accommodation, and so on, shelter, safety. So we have quite a bare bones budget. There may still be other things that you're spending money on, and that needs to be listed in your budget. But you can see that there will be a lot of things that you actually are saving money on. As I say, those not being able to go out, a lot of that entertainment. Also, many instances we may find that you draw money. How often haven't you drawn perhaps 500 Rand? And when you look again, the money's gone. You're not sure where it's gone, what you've done with it. That money that we are saving, and that's one of the advantages, of course, of the situation we're in, is that it is cheaper. We're saving money. You're also saving money on petrol. If you're not driving to work, you're not spending money on petrol. That money that you're saving, you need to set aside. Don't keep it and think you can spend it as soon as you're allowed to. Keep it aside, because we don't actually know what tomorrow holds. So if you haven't got an emergency fund, if you haven't started one, use that money to start an emergency fund. Also use this time to learn about yourself. What are your triggers for spending money? Look at life. Life can be simpler, and perhaps there are other ways of relieving stress, for instance, other than going to a shopping mall on a Saturday. Stay safe until we chat again. Thank you.
Hello, Dr. Daycare. The new range of Dr. Daycare syrup has been specifically formulated for kids as a tasty, tooth-friendly syrup. Feeling better has never tasted so good.